So we're going to kick it off onto our next class, which is the Mystic class. And in my opinion, over the past maybe a year, maybe 2 years, the Mystic class has become just so good. Previously they were okay, but if you look at the last 2 years, a lot of good champions came out. Right, so let's start with number 10. Number 10's, this is a very hard decision, but I would have to put Long Shot at number 10. He does some really good damage with his special 2, and sometimes, but very rarely, he can be an annoying defender. Number 9 is, I don't think I've actually got this champion. Yeah, I don't. Is the Destroyer. I've versed him a lot in Battlegrounds, and his power gain is just too good. If you don't have someone like Human Torch or Void, you'll probably lose the round. He goes unstoppable when he dashes forward, so you can't intercept him. His special 2 is unblockable, and it'll probably kill you. Moving on to our next champion, which in my opinion is the 8th strongest champion, or the most useful champion to me in the Mystic class, is Tigra. I would like to rank 5 and Ascender at some point, but I'm just keeping her at rank 4 because you never know with Kabam. They might just announce her as a 7-star. Number 7 would go to a champion who I knew from the beginning was a really good champion, and that would be Hood. I would love to rank him up so I could stop banning Maestro in Battlegrounds, but there's so many other Mystic options as well, so he just has to stay at rank 3 for now. So we're going to number 6, and for me that would be Chavez. She does really well in Battlegrounds, and her SP2 and SP3 just slaps. She's a really good champion, and I would like to take it eventually to rank 2. She doesn't need her awakened ability, but it would be nice. Then we're going to our top 5, and for me the 5th spot will have to be Symbiote Supreme. I've liked this champion since he was released, and he just looks so epic. I use him a lot in Alliance War. I think I'm actually using him in the current Alliance War. Yeah, I'm using him in the Alliance War at the moment, and he's been carrying me a lot on my path, and he is very useful to me. Going on to number 4 would have to be a champion I do not have as a 7-star, and that would be Juggernaut. I think after his rework he's been enormously good. He's unstoppable. You build to an SP2, you throw that SP2 his power gain, or when he hits you he gains a lot of power, and you don't need him to be awakened. His awakened ability just puts staggers on the defenders, but if you're using him on attack, he's just a beast. Then going to our top 3, for me my 3rd best champion in the Mystic class will have to be Black Widow Clairvoyant. She's a really good champion. She cheats death with her signature ability, and she gains 3 different immunities. One is bleed, one is incinerate, and one is poison. Her SP1 places debuffs on the defenders. Her SP2 either power steals, power drains, or regenerates, or does a higher percentage of damage onto the defender depending on which phase you are. And her medium and light attacks nullifies buffs. So if I'm versing someone, for example, with a lot of buff, let's say I'm versing Venom, he gains a true strike buff, armor buff, etc. She can nullify all of that just by her medium and light attacks. Going on to the top two, for me, I'm going to have to put Absorbing Man in my second spot. He has a lot of immunities. He does a lot of damage. He is immune to armor break, and the more the defender would place an armor break onto him, the higher his charges go, which means the harder he hits, and he can regenerate. He's been very good for me in Battlegrounds. When he came out, I did use him a lot in Alliance War, and he is useful when it comes to questing, like for example our monthly quest and our story quest as well. And the best Mystic champion in my opinion, and this has been from the time he's come out. If I'm not mistaken, Doom was released on, I think, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 2021? 2019. Wow, 5 years ago. I remember it was the Fun in the Sun, if I'm not mistaken, or the 4th of July deals, where I actually spent money, my actual money, to get him as a 6-star. And when I got him as a 6-star, back then it was very difficult to get awakening gems, and I only had one generic awakening gem, and I used it on him and immediately took him up. I took him up to rank 3. Back then it was difficult to get rank 4s and rank 5s. I took him up and he was my top champion, and ever since then I don't think any other champion can match his standards. His special 1 is unblockable. He gains power from the special 1. If you throw a special 1 and you go to a special 2, his special 2 then becomes unblockable. His special 3 puts a passive stun on the defender, where we call it the Doom cycle. So you throw your special 3, you do 2 mediums after the special 3, and then you do a full 5-hit combo. Now that relics are in place, you don't have to do a full 5-hit combo. Then you throw your special 1, you will power drain the defender, and then you most likely go to a special 2, throw your special 2, and the defender is dead. If it's in a battlegrounds scenario,